Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about the Unit 7 talks about the socialization, mobility and separation. So before entering into this Unit 7, we can able to see that the structure. First one talks about the objectives, and the second, the concept of organizational socialization, and third one, the self-concept and organizational socialization, and next one, the concept of role and organizational socialization, and next one, the improving the socialization process, and last one, the separation. Let me discuss one by one. The objectives of this unit is, after completion of that unit, you should be able to understand that the concept of individual role and organizational socialization, and second one talks about discuss the importance of status and the socialist ion, and third one is identify the socialization factors, and fourth one is realize the importance of job socialization, and next one is understand the concept of mobility and the separation, and last, they discuss the types of mobility and the separation methods. We'll see one by one. Generally, the concept of organizational socialization, it requires, the socialization refers to a process and by which persons acquire the knowledge, skills and the dispositions that make them more or less able to members of the society. What you can able to understand that out of the things? Generally, the term organization talks about the duties and responsibilities in a very particular manner, and we have all undergone this process many times. Certainly, significant socialization occurs during infancy and early childhood. We are born into this world with potential for a very wide of behavior with our parents and other close associations to behave within a narrower range that is customary and acceptable, and people face re-socialization on entering the first grade, joining an athletic team or the scouts, and actual and anticipatory socialization are vitally important in all our life. So however, we can look in greater depth at one important segment, organizational socialization. The person will be directly involved in this process when he or she leaves the college and start working career. Eventually, as managers, as professionals, the person will be responsible for the socialization of newcomers and the subordinate in his or her organizations. And see about the self-concept and organizational socialization. When joining an organization, you are not just selling your physical and mental abilities. Like it or not, you are also bringing along your psych self in the bargain. Your own self-concept plays a major part in the socialization process. So the self-concept is the way you perceive and judge yourself. It is your way of thinking about the kind of persons you really are. Do you see yourself as a leader or a follower? Do you have high need for power, achievement, or social affiliations? Are you aggressive or passive? People have the unique capacity for thinking about their own behavior and their impact on others. And the self-concept phrase talks about the important process of organizational socialization. However, that self-concept and organizational role are not compatible, then integration is difficult and motivation, performance and satisfaction are likely to be low. So this does not imply the self-concept is totally fixed. Indeed, one of the important aspects of organizational socialization is the potential modification in self-concept. So you can able to understand that self-concept under organizational socialization. Who is an employee for this? A leader, a manager, an advisor, a father or a stakeholder, or a follower, or a consumer, or a worker, or some other leaders from the presidency, or else any agencies, or else any committees, or else any chairmen. Improving that socialization process. How can you improve that the socialization process in a very effective manner? There seems to be a downward adjustments of expectations and aspirations on the part of the new members in an organization during their first year. So according to this theory, you can able to understand that this may be caused by many factors. The Gratitude Business School that prepares the graduates to fill high managerial positions later in their career may install expectations that cannot be met until the individual has earned these positions by performing the basic task. Unrealistic expectations may also be created in many industrial jobs. For example, one large organization established a magnificent training facility for workers just joining the organization. The learning environment was ideal, the instructors capable, and the training program highly effective. Unfortunately, when the trainees were assigned to the gritty realities of the shop floor, many become disillusioned and quit. Purpose and advantages of promotion. The promotion stimulates self-development and creates interest in the job. According to Yarder, the promotion provides incentive to initiative, enterprise, and ambition, minimizes discontent and unrest, attracts capable individuals, necessitates logical training for advancement, and forms an effective reward for loyalty and cooperation, the long service, etc. The purpose and advantages of promotion are to recognize employees' performance and the commitment and motivate him towards the better performance, and develop competitive spirit among employees for acquiring knowledge, skills for higher level jobs, retain skilled and talented employees, reduce discontent and unrest, utilize more effectively the knowledge and skills of employees, and attract the suitable and competent employees. So these are the purpose and advantages of promotion. And the types of promotion. The different types of promotion are discussed one by one. The multiple chain promotion, it provides a systematic linkage of each position to several others. It provides multi-promotional opportunities through clearly defined avenues of approach to an exit from each position in the organization. Up or out promotion. In this case, an employee either earns a promotion or seeks employment elsewhere. Our promotion usually leads to determination or the termination of employee and joining some other organization in a better position. The dry promotion usually, this type promotion is given in the lieu of increase in salary. For example, when an university professor is made head of the department, there is no increase in salary. Right? Promotion program and procedure. So every organization should make advanced plans for promotion program. A carefully planned promotion program has four elements. The first thing is formulation of promotion policy. The second thing is identification of promotion channels. The third thing is promotion appraisal. And last one is centralized records. The basis of promotion. Usually the promotion based on the seniority basis. It implies relative length of service in the same organization. The advantage of this are relatively easy to measure, simple to understand and operate, reduce the labor turnover, and provide sense of satisfaction to the senior employee. And it has also certain disadvantages are there. Beyond a certain age, a person may not learn that performance and potential of an employee is not recognized. Skills, ambition, and zeal to improve that performance. Merit as a basis. Merit implies as a knowledge, skills, and performance record of an employee. The advantages are motivates competent employees to work hard, helps to maintain that efficiency by recognizing talent and performance, and it also suffers from certain disadvantages like difficulty in judging that merit and else a meritorious people achievement may not demote that future potential and as well as that old employees feel insecure. The seniority come merit basis as both seniority and merit as a basis suffer from certain limitations. Therefore, a sound promotion policy should be based on that the combination of both seniority and merit. A proper balance between the two can be maintained by different ways. Minimum length of service may be prescribed. Relative weightage may be assigned to seniority and merit, and employees within the minimum performance record and qualifications are treated eligible for promotion. The seniority is used to choose from the eligible candidates. The causes of demotion. The demotion may be caused by any of these factors. Let me see one by one. The adverse business conditions. Employees may be demoted because of recession faced by company. An incompetency of the employee. It happens when an employee finds it difficult to meet the required standard. And whatever it is, the technological changes also can able to appoint adopted by the new people and somewhat in the disciplinary measures. The demotion policy, according to the Daily Order, Stone 1958 have suggested a five-fold policy with regard to demotion factors. A clear and reasonable list of rules should be framed, the violations of which would subject an employee to demotion, and such information should be clearly communicated to employee. There should be a competent investigation of any leaked violations. If violations are discovered, there should be a consistent and equitable application of the penalty, preferably by the immediate supervisor. There should be a provision for review. In a unionized case, this will be automatic via the grievance procedure. In a non-unionized case, the employer will need to make other provisions for review. The transfer. A transfer is a horizontal or lateral movement of an employee from one job, section, department, shift, plant, or position to another at the same or any place where his salary, status, and responsibilities are the same. So promotion, it is an increase in trend. The demotion, it is a decrease in trend. The promotion, it is an increment in their pay, wages, duties and responsibilities and other things. But the depromotion or demotion, that is decreasing in trend the pay-related matters, responsibilities, roles, everything else. But the transfer, there is no increase or decrease in their pay scale or else the duties and responsibilities or other elements. Simply, the employee switch over from one department to another department, from one section to another section, from one shift to another shift, from one plant to another plant, from one position to another position. So the transfer may be initiated either by the company or the employee. It also can be temporary or permanent. The purpose of transfer. The transfers are generally affected to build up a more satisfactory work team and to achieve the following purpose: to increase the effectiveness of the organization, to increase versatility and the competence of key positions, to deal with fluctuations in work requirements, to correct the employees' relations, to correct the placement, to relieve or to adjust the workforce, to punish the employees. So this is called the transfer's meaning. So in this slide, we are going to discuss about the types of transfer. The employee's transfer may be classified as below, namely called production transfer, replacement transfer, versatility transfer, personnel or remedial transfer, and a shift transfer. Usually, the production transfer may be transfer the employees for that certain reasons, particularly for that the production related reasons or else operations related reasons. The replacement transfer is replacing that the new employee with the help of old one because of putting a lot of pressure to the employee. And the versatility transfer, it is also known as the rotation basis. It is made to develop all-round employees by motivating or moving them from one job to another job. It also helps to reduce that monotony. Personnel or remedial transfer, such a transfer is made to rectify the mistakes in selection and placement. As a follow-up, the wrongly placed employee is transferred to a more suitable job. The shift transfer, this is pretty common where there is more than one shift and where there is regularized rotation basis. So the transfer policies, every organization should have a fair and impartial transfer policy which should be known to each employee. The responsibilities for effecting transfer is usually entrusted to an executive with the power to prescribe the conditions under which requests for transfer are approved. Care should be taken to ensure that frequent or large scale transfers are avoided. A good transfer policy should have the following: specifically clarity or clarify the types of transfer and the conditions under which these will be made. Locate the authorities, some officers who may initiate and implement transfers. Indicate whether transfers can be made only within a subunit or also between the departments. Separations. Separations means cessation of service with the organization for one or other reasons. It may occur due to resignation, retirement, dismissal, suspension, layoff, or death. So the resignation or quit is a voluntary separation method by the employee. It may be on grounds of health, marriage, better opportunities elsewhere, or may be compulsorily when an employee is asked to resign to avoid termination. Some resignations may enable that organization to rectify the mistakes in hiring of employees and to bring in fresh talents from outside. The main requirements of a successful exit interviews were as following: with the employee's confidence by assuring him that whatever he says will be kept strictly confidential. Explain to the employee that the purpose of the interview is to be improve the organization climate. The interview should be conducted by a responsible officer from the personnel department. The interview should show a great deal of patience and listen sympathetically. Try to find out the real cause of resignation and ensure that the employee has fully handed over the charge to somebody else. Assure the employee of the company's continuing interest in his welfare. So these are the main requirements of the successful exit interview. Retirement. It's a significant milestone in the life of an employee. It is the main cause of separation of employees from the organization. So compulsory retirement. An employee must retire after attaining that specified age. In government office, the retirement age is 58 years, whereas in the private sector, the age is generally 60 years. The premature retirement, an employee may retire before attaining that specified age due to that bad health, physical disability, family problem, etc. He gets the full benefits of retirement provided the management allows premature retirement. The voluntary retirement, when an organization wants to cut down its operations or to close for a year, it may give an option to its employees with a certain minimum service for voluntary retirement. This type of retirement is called golden handshakes. Dismissal is the termination of service of an employee by way of punishment for misconduct or unsatisfactory performance. It is a drastic step taken by the employer. Though the principle of nature justice is followed for this, before dismissal, an employee is given an opportunity to explain his conduct and to show the cause why he should not be dismissed. The suspension is a serious punishment and is generally awarded only after a proper inquiry has been conducted. For reasons of discipline, the workman may be suspended without prejudice during the course of an inquiry. So during suspension, the employee receives a substance allowance. Retrenchment. What are the causes of retrenchment? The employee must be given 1 month notice in writing indicating the reasons for retrenchment or wages in lieu of such notice. The employee must be paid a compensation equal to 15 days from the day of completed year of service. And third one, notice in the prescribed manner may be served on the appropriate government authorities. In the absence of an agreement to the country, the worker-employer laws must be terminated first, and the retrenched worker or else the employees must be given preference in future employment. Next thing is layoff. Layoff implies temporary removal of an employee from the payroll of the organization due to circumstances beyond the control of the employer. So thank you. So let me going to summarize the content what we have discussed earlier. So this is the structure, this is the course, and these points we discussed in that unit 7. Okay. Thank you.